Então, boa tarde. Ok, compreendo que é uma hora difícil depois do almoço para alguns. Ok, portanto vou tentar ser o mais dinâmico possível. Ok, e pôr aqui isto um bocadinho mais interativo, tanto quanto possível. Podem fazer perguntas durante a apresentação, não têm que as guardar para o fim. Ok, teremos todo o gosto em responder a elas. Nós vamos dar o webinar em inglês. Portanto, eu vou mudar em inglês porque é a nossa língua oficial de comunicação dentro da Synopsys. Okay? So now I will start in English, okay, because it's our official language inside Synopsys, and all the webinar will be in English. So the title, I can answer questions made in Portuguese, okay, but English is our internal language. So the title of the webinar is Do You Know Synopsys and Do You Know Us? Okay, so let me continue. So I like to start to say that I'm like you 21 years ago, okay? I still know by heart my student number, okay, which was 42,506, okay? I was a student in Licenciatura de Engenharia Eletrotécnica e de Computadores, okay? It's a 5 degree, okay, before Bologna. And my field of study was Controlo and Robotica. The ones that graduated from my field of study on that year, so we are 2000, we are called the Cromos 2000, okay? It's the name that we gave our team, our mates at that year, okay? I started working in chip idea microelectronics with a great CEO and teacher, still teacher in IST, which is named José Epifânio de Franco, okay, which was a founder of chip idea microelectronics, okay? And he was so he had such a charisma that he attracted very young students to the world of semiconductors and microelectronics at the time. Okay, he was such a good teacher, sir. So I'm currently working in Synopsys, reporting to also two great co-CEOs, which is Art de Jeus and Shifu Shan. Okay, so they are also and the in between you can find it in LinkedIn. Okay, I will not go many details about it. So what makes the difference in our company? I would say our values, okay? From day one, I learned that it's all about the people. That was like this with the first CEO that I started, and it's still like this in Synopsys, okay, where I am today. It's all about the people. So what makes me up and go to work every day? We do fun stuff with the latest technology and with great people from all over the world, okay? That's quite fun. So now, Ruben, I think it's you.
Yes, so 20 years ago, I had great friends at the ST, but I was studying at Universidade de Aveiro. My fields of, so my licenciatura was in Electronic and Telecomunicações, and my field was Telecomunicações. So also as Marco, we had José Epifânio de Franco also in common. He signed my first work contract. At that time, I joined MIPS ABG, that was Analog Business Group. That was the next step after Chip Idea and before we joined Synopsys. As Marco also, I'm currently working at Synopsys and report to the same CEOs. LinkedIn also tell the rest of the story. And basically, what makes the difference to work in Synopsys? I previously worked in other companies, but what is driving me to work here is our values for sure, and our teamwork. The engineering work is for sure a teamwork, and when different teams all around the world work in the same product, this is something amazing, and is also what makes me wake up and go work every day is the possibility to work in product that everybody use in everyday lives, and we are designing this. Okay, so you can find some of our products in the nearest Fnac or Vorten. And this is also a pleasure when we see the latest smartphone on the shops, and we know that we work and we have some of the circuits we work on that. Okay, so you can continue, Marco.
And even for Bitcoins, okay, we also
Yeah.
have projects for Bitcoins, for digging Bitcoin, okay.
Yeah.
So yes, so we do a lot of electronics also for them. So continuing. So we are scattered all over the world, okay, many sites. As you can see, we have 4,000 R&D engineers, okay, 291 application engineers and 54 program managers. Okay, this is all the places where we are, and we have there the magnifier in Europe just for you to have a look. So this is my team. Okay, this is a team meeting that I have. Okay, so you can see during COVID, we are all working from home, but the spirit is the same. I have team in Poland, in Portugal, and in India, several sites. So it's fun. Okay, so what we do, we support state-of-the-art IP design in latest technology nodes. If you have no clue about what that means, okay, just stay with me for a couple of slides. I hope that you know, and I hope that you find Synopsys exciting and that you submit your CV to us. Okay. So what is IP? We just gave here an old mobile phone example just for you to know. Okay. So the terms derives from licensing and copyright that exists in the design, and it's a reusable unit of logic, cell, or chip design that is the intellectual property of one party. Okay. So you can see here that we have the inside the mobile phone, we have chips. Inside the chip, we have the circuit, okay, and the circuits we have digital and analog converters, which was part of what we did in Portugal some time back. Okay, so the mobile phone is composed of several parts, okay, of several components. We do several of them, not just the analog to digital converter, but we do a lot of these tiny components inside each and every chip. Just to give you an overview, okay, of there is a cycle, okay, it's not the cycle of life, it's the cycle of the IP design. Okay, we start with the specs, we go and do the design, okay, using EDA tools. To do this design, we use what we call PDK, which is process design kits from multiple fabs all over the world. Okay, then we produce these chips, we integrate them, okay, in a test board, we test them, verify them, we take them to the market, then we see where the market is going, and we go back, market our customers, and then we go back to specification, and it's around the circle, okay. We can get new specs, we can get new PDK. There are multiple entry points here to this IP design cycle. Just to give you an idea of a career from chip idea to Synopsys. So when I started, I worked 5 years, so in 2000. Okay, in EDA, CAD, and IT, we were a startup. I worked in everything, okay, from test to it, for everything in chip idea times. Then I worked 8 years as ADC, PLL, test chip designs. Okay, I worked 2 years in embedded RAMs, and now I'm currently working in design methodologies and CAD. Okay, so this is just an example of how it was, how it has been. So why Synopsys? I really think that one thing that distinguishes us from the other companies is our culture and values. Okay, and on top of our integrity, execution excellence, and leadership, we have passion driving us. Okay, we can't do anything without passion. Okay, and we have a really customer-first mindset, collaborative problem solving. Okay, I work with China, with Vietnam in the morning, with Armenia, with Egypt, with India, okay, with Gdansk. And then in the afternoon, I start working with Canada, and I end the day working with East and West Coast of USA, okay, of United States. So again, we have a track record of disruptive innovation, a lot of people contributing, a lot of people sharing the same passion, same values, okay? smart, intelligent people everywhere. Okay. And we are proud of the prize that we received. Okay, so it's one of the top 250 best run companies. We are one of the world's best employers. Okay, and one thing that we are very proud of is that we aim for diversity and inclusion. Okay, we also have been prized, okay, for the best employers for diversity. For us, is important that we don't exclude anyone. Everyone is valid. Okay, everyone's opinion counts. So I'll just give you some overview of what we have, where we are with some other items. Okay, I'll share the first slides, and then Ruben will finish with the last ones. So again, we are a market focused innovation leader. We do IPs, which are small blocks. Okay. We have an industry broadest IP portfolio. We have silicon to software solution. We don't just do integrated circuits. We also do a lot of software. As you can imagine, everything is automated. We need also software engineers. Okay. We also need guys from computer science. Okay. We need physics, guys from physics. We need guys even from mechanic engineering if required. Okay. Everyone that is engineer that shares passion, okay, for this field can apply their CV and to us. So we have a lot of patents. We have a lot of offices. Here you can see our revenue growth, okay, across the years. Okay, we are #1 in electronic design and automation. We have the broadest IP portfolio, and we are leader in Gartner's. I don't know if you know what is Gartner's, okay, for application security testing, okay? So we also have a specific field just for security. We enable system innovation. It's what we call silicon software, okay? We do a lot of software, okay? Because we do the chips, we do the design, the IPs, but we also provide the software that helps in designing them, okay? We also do verification, okay? And of course the design. Okay, so we do the software for design, we do the verification, and we do the actual design. So it's a comprehensive world-class technology and a broadest system design coverage, okay? And we cover a lot of things, okay, from automotive, low power, 3D IC, DTCO, memory, cloud, SLM, and also Bitcoin digging, okay? So the primary markets that we serve are data storage, okay? This is really big data, artificial intelligence chipsets, automotive, you don't know really what's coming next, okay, the new technologies, mobile 5G, hyperconnectivity, and even aerospace and defense, okay? And so portfolio overview, so I'll pass the ball to Ruben. Please, Ruben, go ahead.
Okay. So as you can see in these slides, the evolution of our portfolio is being exponential. So we start in 2009, where this business was around 100 million, and now we are targeting the 700 million in just 11 years. And this is basically how this market evolves. Everything is very fast, but as you can see here, across all of these years, Synopsys is being acquired other companies, and we are increasing our portfolio and grow the business to these kind of numbers. Can go next slide. Yeah. Regarding our portfolio, basically we cover a large number of areas. It's very broad, as mentioned before. So we have IPs from the interface, like PCIe or USB or Ethernet controllers. We also have products to die-to-die connections. That is basically what is required to construct deep machine learnings, where we have several processors connected to different kind of memories, and we need to have very large chips areas, and to have something that we can have a good yield. So every time that we increase the size of the die, it's more probable to have something that went wrong during the process of fabrication. So we break these files and we need to connect them between them, and we call it this die-to-die connection. And this is very important to very complex systems. That is basically what we have in today hypercomputing. Besides that, we have processors, memories, and everything around these areas. So in Synopsys, you can pick a area, and we'll have work to do on that for sure. Can next slide, please. A strategy, we continue to evolve and follow the market. This is an example for instance for OSP. We are now designing our files for OSP 4, and the standards already started to develop the new speeds. But since OSP 2, 3, and 4, we follow the market, and we have solutions for all of these protocols. At the same time, we continue to expand our areas and IP titles. Security is now one of the new area that we are working on. But from IP interfaces or processes or foundation IP, we have also these areas covered. At the same time, the technology is evolving. We are now working in 3 nanometers, for instance. We start to have transistors that is now gate-all-around. So FinFET some years ago was an evolution from the planar technology, but the technology also never stops to evolve, and we are continuing to use this latest technology to do very advanced circuits. Next slide, please. So in terms of market segments, as I mentioned before, and taking an example of the new electrical cars, all of these IPs or all of these kind of circuits are being present in these new systems, where we have processors, we have infotainments, we have different kind of connectivities to different types of sensors, and everything will combine in a complex system. And all of these interfaces and products we developed, also take into account the requirements to produce circuit that can be certified for automotive applications, where the safety rules and methodology is very strict. This is what we call ASIL B and D classifications. Is the security or the process to produce this and how we need to document everything is very strict, and we follow these methodologies and can produce these IPs that are certified to be used on electrical car, for instance, or a plane. Next slide, please. Artificial intelligence is another area that is growing, and is also something that we work. Actually, if we looked for a SerDes PHY that is basically used to do a communication between tooling partners in using serial communications. Our files also need to have intelligence to understand what is the context, where they are working, what kind of systems they are part with, and our files also need to have the ability to adjust themselves and learn from where they are to optimize themselves. So all of these all of these concepts that probably you are studying today in university, we need to apply them. So we also developed algorithms and ways to do our training, and also something that we call calibration. That is basically when we are fabricating different files. We don't have two that is exactly the same, so they are slightly different on the fabrication process, and we also need to have algorithms to understand what is the deviation that they have and calibrate and basically readjust them to put in the perfect perfect position. So this is something also that we need to develop, not like, as Mark was saying, not only circuits but also algorithms, and we grow layer over layer to in the end have the full system working. Okay, next slide,
And
please.
it's a challenging area with many fields of study.
Yeah. Yeah, and these learnings you also have this three fields. In all of them, we need to have this also covered, and have this kind of possibilities to have high performance in a smart way. We live in an area that we have everything. It needs to be smart.
Yes, smart
So
everywhere.
yeah, smart everywhere, smart everything. The same applies to circuits. They need to be smart, and we need people to give them this intelligence. Okay. Yeah, and continuing on this area, also you have this different kind of products and roles, and in a system, in like what the SoCs means, system on a chip, and for data centers or other areas, all of these systems have different IP titles, because they have different connectivities, and they have different capabilities in terms of processing or so. So all of them, and put all of this together with knowing that energy is not infinite, and also the area of these chips are not infinite and cost money. We have this kind of challenge where we need to optimize to have a chip that have a lower power consumption, is small enough, and have the performance that the market requires. Okay. Next, please.
So this is your field of
Yeah,
this
so
is your field, right? Communication. Okay,
yes,
our
yes,
eyes are everywhere, and we need them to communicate somehow.
exactly. And in the next slide, we will see some of these eye diagrams. That is what we need to communicate. Some of them is very familiar to me because I spent several hours looking to them, and they were analyzing my team. And here we can see that we can have systems that communicates with zeros and ones only. So I don't know if you see my mouse. No, not my mouse. Yeah, we only yours, right?
Don't. You have to
Okay,
ask.
yeah, if you pinpoint the USB 4.5,
USB 4.5, yes.
this one, you see that there is only two levels, the ones and zeros. And if you go for an 112 gig Ethernet, you see 4 levels. So this is PAM4, the another one was NRZ. And this basically, we are using, we have the bits start to be faster and faster. So the time is shorter and shorter. And also we start to use the vertical axis to have different levels to communicate more bits in the same time periods. So all of this is what we need.
So the bit is no longer 0 and 1.
Exactly, exactly. So it's 0, 1/3, 2/3, and 1. And we need to have our system that have low noise to the receiver to distinguish between these two or these different levels and interpret correctly the message that we are receiving. And we use this to assess in simulation. Some of these eyes are from simulation, and other ones are real. And you can see also how similar they are. And it's also something that we invest a lot, is to have our methodologies and our tools to analyze the performance of these systems in a way that we can compare this with reality, and they follow it very well. But until we have these clean eyes, everything is good. There is a lot of there is a process and there is a challenge, and we do it, and it's very also very rewarding, because when we see some of these eyes are, as I said, is acquired on the lab, and when we see a system working as like in USB4 at 20 gigabit per second, with so clean eye, with so nice distinguish between zeros and ones.
You opened a bottle of champagne.
Exactly. And it's a big party, because we deliver a successful circuit that will be on the next computer in some months. Okay.
Excellent. So thank you, Ruben. Okay. So we are opening for questions. Okay. I know that probably we still have some time left. Okay. We did not occupy fully the 40 minutes for the entire session, but we are open for questions. Okay. Don't be shy. Like we said, we were like you 21 years ago.
Start with a question then. You mentioned a lot. Sorry, we have parallel activities here. I need to talk a little quieter. You talked about the area of artificial intelligence and all that, and I'm a mathematics student, so I'm not very connected with those electronic parts and whatnot, but the area of artificial intelligence is much more interesting to me. What I would like to know is, does Synopsys really have that contact with university students through, for example, internships or freshly que acabaram o curso há pouco tempo,
yeah,
freshly graduated.
No problem. You can also have them. Okay, you don't mind that I answer in English, right?
No, of course.
Okay, so that's a very good question. I can tell you that we opened for Lisbon 3 internship positions, at least for our team. Okay, for the team that I belong to. We already filled them with students from the university, okay, cooperating in data analytics, okay, which, I mean, you can consider it like a subset of artificial intelligence.
Yes.
We have huge amount of data. We want to take measures out of it. We want to understand the trends, and we want to do it. So we have internships with the university. Besides that, we also have some programs with the university to have some to try to have some final graduation works, master or thesis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, we were not able to meet the deadlines this year, but hopefully next year we will be able to, at least in my team. But I know that other teams, don't know from Ruben's team if it's possible or not, but I know that there are a possibility for that type of cooperation for sure.
Okay, thank you. Everyone watching, please ask your questions if you have them.
Can also be in Portuguese, there is no problem. We do this presentation in English, but we can answer in Portuguese or
Yes.
in English as you require.
Hi, Marco and Ruben. There's a question here about the pandemic times. I'm not sure if you can see it.
Como sentem que a pandemia afetou a produtividade da Synopsys? Isso é uma excelente pergunta da Mariana, sim senhora. A pandemia afetou-nos muito bem. Como é que eu posso dizer isto? Nós, ao fim e ao cabo, nós atingimos todas as nossas metas, digamos, contabilísticas, ok, orçamentais. e até conseguimos melhores resultados do que o esperado. Ok? Porquê? Porque nós trabalhamos em microeletrónica, trabalhamos em software, e o que é que as pessoas todas precisam a trabalhar a partir de casa? Mais software, mais componentes eletrónicos, mais conectividade. Ora, isso foi excelente para nós, desse ponto de vista. Do ponto de vista social, obviamente que a pandemia é uma coisa muito séria e não pode ser levada a brincar, não é? E afeta-nos a nós todos, infelizmente, de uma forma severa. Mas do ponto de vista económico, para a Synopsys, nós estamos a trabalhar remotamente, estamos a cooperar remotamente. Repara que a minha equipa, por exemplo, é pelo mundo inteiro. Portanto, trabalhar no escritório ou trabalhar a partir de casa é quase a mesma coisa. O que difere provavelmente são as condições e a interação com os meus colegas no dia a dia. E é isso que eu tenho para te dizer. Portanto, não é um problema para a Synopsys trabalhar remotamente. Nem nos afetou a produtividade.
A mesma coisa se aplica à minha equipa. Nunca foi um problema e esta pandemia acabou por provar isso mesmo. Que eu tenho pessoas, eu tenho membros de equipas que até mudaram de país e puderam ser um pouco nómadas digitais, e tudo continuou na mesma. Por isso.
Mas é uma excelente pergunta, Mariana. Infelizmente, nem toda a gente pode, nem todos nós podemos falar assim, e a pandemia afetou-nos de uma forma severa a nível social e económico muitas famílias, mas a Synopsys não. E nós temos uma grande relação com a comunidade. É uma coisa que não mencionei na minha apresentação. Nós temos um programa de apoio, por exemplo, social, em que fazemos um apoio social a várias empresas. Agora não me lembro do nome, mas, por exemplo, eu faço parte também de um programa de apoio a escolas públicas primárias, primeiro ciclo, em que damos aulas de programação a crianças que estão a aprender a ler e a escrever. E é um imenso orgulho poder fazer isso e trabalhar numa empresa que tem essa componente social.
Temos mais uma pergunta da Mariana.
Em que medida sentem
Sim.
sentem que os comportamentos... É assim, a Synopsys sempre foi uma empresa muito flexível, ok? No sentido em que o que interessa é a produtividade, produzir, não é? Se produzires, obviamente não há qualquer questão. Cada pessoa produz, tem a sua tarefa, tem que fazer a sua tarefa dentro do tempo delineado, e confiamos nas pessoas. Novamente, como nós dissemos, nós acreditamos nas pessoas, né? As pessoas também têm que acreditar depois na empresa. Portanto, não acredito que o comportamento da empresa mude quando voltarmos ao normal. Aliás, temos comunicações internas da empresa a dizer que as coisas até podem vir a ser mais flexíveis, okay? Muito mais flexíveis de futuro.
Mais alguém tem questões?
É como digo, se vocês querem um tipo de trabalho numa empresa grande que vos permite contactar com pessoas em todo o lado do mundo, ok? É ótimo, ok? Para vocês tem uma abertura, outras maneiras de pensar, outra cultura que eu acho que é fundamental no processo de aprendizagem de alguém e de crescimento até profissional. Que é uma coisa que não se vê muito, está-se a ver cada vez mais, mas ainda não se vê muito no nosso mercado nacional. O que é que nós procuramos nos candidatos à nossa empresa? Nós procuramos vontade, ok, paixão por aprender. Nós sabemos que é muito difícil arranjar a candidatos com o conhecimento que façam um match perfeito com o que nós queremos, mas as pessoas têm que ser capazes de resolver problemas, têm que ter as bases sólidas e têm que mostrar capacidade para aprender, ok? Mas é uma questão de atitude, não é? Eu lembro-me que quando comecei, não é, na Chipadia, não é agora a mesma coisa com a Synopsys, o meu primeiro dia de trabalho era um livro para a mão e tive que aprender, ler e descobrir como é que se fazia. É muito giro, mas hoje em dia, pronto, aquilo era uma startup. Hoje em dia na Synopsys já não é isso, já tens o apoio de toda uma comunidade global. Obviamente que tu tens que investir na tua carreira, tu tens que investir na tua aprendizagem, mas a empresa cria ter essas condições. Mais alguma pergunta?
Hi Marco, that was a very, very nice presentation about the company. I think that should be nice that you or Ruben or both of you also state that we have two offices here, right, in Lisbon and in Porto, and which kind of stuff we do in Lisbon and which kind of stuff we do in Oporto, since you are very broad in the the portfolio and all the products that these 4,000 people company have, what we especially do here in Portugal, and what people can expect of opportunities here in Lisbon and Oporto, if you find it suitable for this moment, I guess.
Sure, Tiago. Okay, so our job offers, okay, are in our site, and you can see the job offers for the one site that we call Lisbon, PTO1, and another site that we call that is in Porto, which is PTO2. Both sites are considered growing sites, so we are hiring, okay? We really are hiring, and we want good minds, okay, to join us, okay? So honestly, we have grown so much that I have no idea. I would say no idea. I only have idea of some things that we do in both sites. I don't have a full visibility, okay, on that. I know that Ruben does the high-speed interfaces. He works on high-speed interfaces, RX, TX, okay, and all the electronics that goes behind it. We work in support for all over the world and support for all types of things, okay, advanced support for simulation, for verification, for reliability, okay. We verify if things age, if things comply with electromigration, okay. It's a very challenging area, okay. And if statistically, what is the yield of the IP, okay. We also have test and characterization, okay. We even have job offers for finance, but that's not for the area. And we have many others. Maybe Ruben, I don't know if you want to complement.
Yeah, so my field of expertise is communication systems. So and we have my team is now in Porto and Lisbon. So we have the two sites that is that can have or can grow. In any case, this is something that we that as the company is growing, new offers or new opportunities will appear, and also going back a bit and answer the questions regarding what we search on the candidate is basically smart people and passionate people that would like to do a nice work, develop new things, apply what they learn in the school, and learn new things every day. And due to that, you just need to find the closest office and apply to that as you wish. For us, it'll be exactly the same.
Like I was taught from day one, it's really all about the people.
Exactly.
Okay, we need smart people which are eager to learn, okay, and eager to make a difference also. So your mind is important to us.
I'll ask another question
Go
to
ahead.
maybe spark some more debate. How do you feel that technical prepared you for your professional work?
How do I feel? Technical, well, IST. So Ruben is from Aveiro, okay? He can speak from Aveiro University, okay, which I'm sure that it's an excellent university for telecommunications, okay? But I can speak for myself. So technical as for all jobs everywhere, has provided the students with the tools and the problem-solving skills, okay, and some base knowledge. Of course, when you join a company, you have to take that problem-solving skills you have, that base knowledge associated with your preference, let's say personal preference, and also things that you like to do and like to learn, and take it to the next level. Okay. I worked with Professor Epifânio de Franca in IST before joining Cheap Idea. So I was already prepared from college when I joined the company. Okay. But there is always a learning curve, okay, associated with it. So you have the physics knowledge, you have the math knowledge, you have the computer science knowledge, okay, you have the systems knowledge, you can do both plots, you can learn frequency diagrams, you have telecommunications fundamentals in you, so you have all those knowledges in you, okay? So then we will just take a portion of it and take it to the next level, okay? So in a way, it has prepared me well, okay, is what I can tell you.
And this is basically the same to me. So I didn't study at technical. My university, I studied at Aveiro, at the University of Aveiro. But what I also, but in my team, I have several people from technical. And basically our impression is exactly the same. In the end, and sometimes I think on this. When I look back, I see several things that I should be more attention in the classrooms.
More savvy. That you should
Exactly.
pay more attention,
My
study
attention
more.
to studies more, because sometimes I have like I need to solve a problem that I remember. I learned this in my third year. I studied that in my third year. So, but also we only have 18 years once, so we also need to live our lives, and it is normal. But in the end, what we can conclude is the following. What we learn in our universities is very important. This will be a very powerful tools in our work daily life. In the end, if you don't master all of these all of these topics during your working life, you will manage because you'll need it. But in the end, our university, and also when we compare all of around the world, we have this visibility. We can compare our education systems with other countries, and I can tell
That's a
you
very
that
good point. That's a
yeah,
very good point.
I can tell you that we are very good.
We are very good compared to other people.
Exactly,
Yes,
very
compared to other
good.
countries' education.
Yeah.
Yes.
I already got the questions several times where you learned this when I was discussing this or debating with a colleague. And my answer was at university, and the comment was, you have a very good university at Portugal. And it is true, and it's absolutely true. So we just need to focus in what we learned and apply them and push this to another level. But you have the tools to make this happen.
And we have an internal motto, which is yes, if. I mean, if you're given a task, don't say no, okay? Don't say it's impossible. Just go for it, okay? Just try to partition it. Try to understand what are the every aspect of it. But let's try to do it, okay? And that you have to have that problem-solving skills, and that's what you get from university, okay? So we also have another question
Yes,
from Mariana.
following
which
this
is,
question
what
about
about
soft
the
skills.
soft skills? So Mariana, I don't know if there is any rationale from you about the soft skills. What do you want? What do you mean by that? Could you give us an example? Oh, soft skills, if I learn them at technical. Well, I don't know. Super Arrayal, you still have it?
Yes, we do.
Okay, that's a very good point for soft skills. No, now okay, no, no, not joking now. I mean, in technical, you learn how to work in teams, right? You probably don't value when you are at university the importance of learning to work in teams in a group, okay? And probably I would say that in technical, we foster, at least during my time, we foster the work through groups, okay, of students, okay, for every subject that we took. So, and that is important, and there is where you gain those soft skills, okay, is working with others, very diverse teams, okay, you'll get to work with them. Of course, every person is one person, right? So we are all different, okay, but we are all persons.
Okay, thank you. We're almost out of time. Does anyone have any last questions? One more question. Were you involved in student unions?
Student unions. Okay. No, I was not. I don't know if Ruben was. I was not involved in any student union, and Nucleums and students associations. I was not.
Yeah,
What I
me
did
neither.
is at my 2 last years of my graduation, I was a teacher assistant. Okay, also. Okay, but not involved in any let's say of those aspects.
Yes, the same for me. But there is no problem to be involved
Okay,
on that,
exactly.
and there is also soft skills development there.
Yes, there is a lot of soft skills. I don't have anything against it. I'm just
Exactly.
not that example. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, me too.
Thank you for your answers. In that case, I think we're right on time. Any last questions? Last chance.
So I don't know if you have our contacts. You can always submit. I will put it here in the chat, my email, company email.
Great.
Feel free to drop me a message, okay? Or even your CV, or if you have any questions. Hopefully, just take note of our email, of my contact. Once once we open the offices, I'll be glad to work with you or with the students organization to have let's say a trip to our site to show you our facilities. That would be great to have. We have absolutely no problem. We have nothing to hide. For sure, we can arrange that. Okay.
Yes, I'll do the same. So I also add my email. Please do the same. Feel free.
Thank you so much. In that case, voltando a português, só para terminar.
Força.
Muito obrigado, Marco. Muito obrigado, Ruben. Muito obrigado à Synopsys pelo webinar.